Uncle Dave here. Wanted to have a quick chat with you about what I think is the gear that any responsible rider should have. If you don't have any equipment or any gear or any idea what you're doing, how are you going to help somebody else? I think it's vitally important in this community that we look out for each other. Let's get into it. Let me show you what I got, and we'll go from there. First thing I think we need as responsible riders is proper protective gear. A good quality helmet, a good quality padded jacket, gloves at a minimum. I always wear riding boots, and I have leather pants, padded. Now, to be responsible to ourselves and other riders, a tire kit with inflation cartridges. The T-handles work much easier for somebody with weaker hands than the screwdriver shaped ones. Definitely need the reamer and the piece to set. I typically don't carry the adhesive. I've never really found it useful. The next thing I find important to have is a first aid kit. I've got a trauma pack with the quick clot gauze bandages to help stop bleeding. I carry a tourniquet, which I purchased separately. And then in a blue pouch I have several gauze bandages, extra pair of latex gloves, next thing is we need equipment to rescue ourselves. I carry 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 millimeter wrenches. I carry a 6 and 8 and a 10 tiny socket set, 1/4 inch socket with the tiniest little socket driver you've ever seen. I've got a pair of mini vice grips, a blade of some sort. I carry the medical shears. I've used them quite a bit to cut zip ties and things like that. But if there's a bad accident with severe bleeding and you need to, access somebody's garment that you can't, especially somebody that's riding in a full suit, that's the only way you're ever going to cut that. I do carry a full-size screwdriver. It's a 10-in-1 or 12-in-1. Small screwdrivers basically are worthless. You don't have the hand strength to get a good grip on a stubby screwdriver, typically. So it's just easier to have a longer one. I carry a flashlight, a couple of banjo clips. I always carry electrical tape. It's actually between the tire kit and the electrical tape are probably the two most used items. The Loctite I actually inherited from a roadside repair. A friend of mine's foot pegs rear sets came apart, and she purchased that and told me to keep it. I carry a steel stick, JB Weld epoxy. That's actually, the blue is a pair of gloves with a 2-part epoxy in it, which typically makes a mess everywhere, so I keep it in an old set of gloves. And I carry a small bottle of super glue. I've used all of that before. As far as the tools, I've been lucky enough not to have to use the medical supplies. For myself, I always carry a few extra pairs of earplugs. I carry my goodies, back and body, because I'm an old man. And I carry a small canister of mace. Now, you might wonder about the mace. I ride out in the country a lot. And on more than one occasion, I've been surrounded by a pack of dogs that did not want to let me move my bike. Been bitten in the leg before. A lot of times it's out exploring roads and coming across a gravel road and trying to get the bike turned around. You kind of get hemmed in by the dogs, and they don't want you to continue your progress. So a little bit of mace can go a long way. But that's what I think is required to be a responsible rider.